Good morning. This is Across the Tri-State Public Affairs Programming brought to you courtesy of 98.3 The Rock, WKSG, and WEEC. I'm Lisa Jordan. On my broadcast this morning is my special guest, Judy Donley. Welcome, Judy, to the broadcast.
Thank you very much.
Judy, tell us a little bit about you and who you represent in your organization.
Okay, so I am Judy Donley. I live in Liberty Township, Ohio, and the organization that I have become a part of is called Dress a Girl Around the World. And this is a 5013C program, nonprofit organization where we make dresses for little girls all around the world in poverty-stricken areas.
Well, tell me, Judy, about how Dress a Girl Ministries came to be.
Okay, so back in 2006, there was a gal who went to Uganda, and when they got there, they saw these little girls literally in shreds, just like hanging on them in just terrible look. And so she came home and she's like, we need to do something about that. So she got a couple gals together and they started making some dresses. And then when they went back and gave the girls these dresses and they saw their faces were just beaming with joy and happiness, they came home and said, we need to do something. And so it kind of just started escalating from there. And to date, they have sent out over 4 million dresses to over 80 plus countries. And so that has been a huge blessing since she went over there the first time on a mission trip and saw the need was so great.
I can't imagine what it takes logistically to take care of a ministry like this. Tell me the process of how you can help a girl be dressed in another country. I mean, take me through the steps of how this ministry works.
Okay, so I got involved in 2017. Let me just give you a little background of where I became an empty nester, and I was like, Lord, what can I do? I need to serve and I want to give back. And so I contacted them and I said, what do we need to do to make this happen? And so I have since started a sew day. So once a month, I have ladies come to our church, and I even have ladies that sew from home. And we make these dresses, and it's many, many different patterns you can use. But when I have my sew day, we have people that come that maybe they don't even sew, but they will help cut or package the dresses or iron. And we put kits together, and people can take those home and sew them, or we sew them there at the sew day. And then I reach out to people in different churches and find out, hey, are you going on a mission trip? Because I don't want to send them through the mail. I want them hand carried because I'm afraid of customs and the dresses not making it there. So I get different people, different areas that are going on mission trips, and I give them dresses as well as the Operation Christmas Child boxes. We have found that the dresses roll up very nicely and go in the box, and then they get shipped out through their organization to different orphanages and different villages where the need is very great.
My goodness, I didn't realize just how large an organization this is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm new to Dress a Girl Ministries. This is an international ministry, and you make the dresses.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And we have about 68 ambassadors in the United States. And then we have about 18 in different countries. So we also have different countries that do a sew day, and they support other countries. That's how we have come up with so many, the 4 million plus dresses that have been sent out.
Wow, that's amazing. Is there a great need for volunteers or materials or donations with your ministry?
Absolutely. There's always that. And what we also found is our group here in the Cincinnati Dayton area, we like to put a brand new pair of underwear in the pocket of each dress and then a hair scrunchie. And sometimes, even for the baby size dresses, we'll make those little hand squishies, like a little teddy bear or a heart, and we'll put those in the pocket because we found those can be rolled up and packed very nicely and they're lightweight. But a little girl needs a brand new pair of underwear also. So we like to include those. So those donations are also great.
Now, you work with other organizations. I heard you mention um, the shoe boxes
Mhm.
for Samaritan's Purse.
Correct.
What other organizations do you work with in distributing these dresses?
For me personally, that's the only one, the only connection I have come across. And so that's what we kind of zone in on. And then like I said, I try and reach out to different area churches to find out if they're going on mission trips and they take them for me.
Wow. What kind of timeline are we looking at here for distributing these dresses? I mean, from start to finish, what kind of process is it that does it take to get these in the hands of the girls in these other countries from start
Well,
to
it
finish?
it really just depends on my connections, the contact of when people tell me they need them. I have already had people from the Operation Christmas Child boxes. Now, those don't go out until the November, December timeframe, but they start packing now. So I've gotten several emails already. Hey, can you get us some dresses? Because we're going to start packing very soon. And we want to make sure that we have some of those. And then I get I'm waiting on emails from people to say, hey, we're going on a mission trip. Can you send me some dresses in 2 months or 3 months? And so our sew days, we normally try and get packed at least 100 dresses. And
Wow,
so I am able to store them in my basement and then I'm ready and I can pull out different sizes and be able to give to people to take.
that's amazing. I'm sure you have a system in
Mhm.
place for we women, we know how to pack.
Yep.
I'm sure you have a system on how to get the best amount of dresses packed and ready to go for
Yes.
these trips.
Yes.
Now, tell me, is there a need for volunteers? Are you needing volunteers and helpers or materials? I mean, what's your needs for the ministry right now?
So, yes, we're always looking for helpers because the more helpers we get, that's just that many more little girls that's going to get a brand new dress. Because we've also had stories from people in different villages saying that these dresses are the only brand new piece of clothing these little girls have ever received. And so that just touches my heart to
Mhm.
want to even get going even more. So the more ladies that jump on board and want to help sew, the better that we're going to be able to do. And as far as donations, fabric, elastic, the little girls' underwear, that's always going to be a big need because we're going to run out. The more we make, we just need to keep replenishing. So that's a huge blessing.
Anything else that we could do to help Dress a Girl Ministries? Anything that that listeners could be involved in helping your ministry?
Well, so they could, depending on, what area, because like I said, our church is in Springdale, Ohio, so it might be a little far for people to come, but they could start their own little group. I could come and show them steps, give them patterns, tell them a little bit more detail about the ministry and get them started. I have a group under me that is in Parkview Nazarene in Dayton and then Fairhaven Church in Springboro. So I've got two groups under me also that are doing this. So if there's another group of ladies, or maybe they don't aren't able to get out, but they still want to help and sew, then we can always make a connection and pick up the dresses at a convenient time.
Well, where could we go, Judy, to find out more information about your ministry and how to reach out to you in order to maybe start their own chapter
Mhm.
in their own local church or their own women's ministry or their women's prayer band? Where could they find out more?
So the website is dressagirlaroundtheworld.com. And that's where the home office will put all different kinds of information. It will list all the ambassadors in the US and international. Um, they can contact me if they have Facebook. I'm on Dress a Girl Cincy Dayton, so they can look me up there, or they can email me judysjumpers@gmail.com.
All right. So check you out on Facebook,
Mhm.
reach out to you through your personal email, and
Right.
they can get the ball rolling. Where do
Yes.
you see the ministry in the future, Judy? What are your plans for the future of Dress a Girl Ministries, your local chapter?
So when I first stepped into this in 2017, my thought was, okay, we'll just do 3 or 400 dresses. And since then, I have learned to not put God in a box because, as you can see, we are now over 16,000 dresses that we have sent out. And so my I'm just blown out of the water how God has provided time and time again with people who want to jump on board or who have just donated, or all the many, many God stories that I have received from just being willing to say, here's my hands and feet, Lord, you have to use me. And I go back to the verse in Matthew, where it talks about with God, all things are possible. And I was like, I'm not sure I can do this. I'm not a CEO of a company, and organization is kind of can be difficult for me, but I have learned and how he has guided me to expand my little chapter. Now there are groups that do thousands more than what we've done, but it's not always about the numbers, because I find when I have outside ladies even that come that I've never met, and it's such a blessing because I find a lot of times this can be therapy for them. This is healing no matter what they're going through. This ministry has brought so many ladies into my path, and just friendships are built, and just to be able to love on each other, but be able to serve and give back at the same time has been a huge blessing. And so wherever God wants to take it, however long he wants to keep providing, that's how long we're going to keep doing it.
Again, Judy Donnelly with Dress a Girl Around the World Ministries International. Again, where can somebody get in touch with you if they want to be a part and add this to their ministry list?
So email me would be the quickest way, judysjumpers@gmail.com. And I will get back with them very quickly and talk about what they can do, what they want to do, and we'll go from there.
Thank you, Judy, for joining us today on Across the Tri-State. We really appreciate it. From Dress a Girl Ministries, dressing girls around the world in a tangible way and spreading the gospel. I think it's wonderful.
Thank you.
We'll talk again soon. And hey, keep in touch with us, Judy. If there's anything we can do for you and help you out with your ministry, reach out to us by all means. And thank you again for joining us on Across the Tri-State.
Absolutely. Thank you.